This is Jennifer at Beyond 20, and today I'm going to walk you through installation of a trusted agent on your server. Trusted agents can be used to provide CSM SaaS customers secure access between resources on their private network and the Cherwell data center, enable secure access to private resources across networks in your organization, and enable secure access between a Cherwell partner's CSM network and private resources on your network. So the first step is going to be to contact Cherwell support and let them know that you would like to use Trusted Agent. Cherwell IT will then set up all of the necessary configuration for Trusted Agent in the background on their end, and then they will input the values you need into the admin tool. So once you're in the admin tool, you'll see here on my screen, I'm just going to click on Trusted Agents on the left and then Edit Trusted Agents Hub Settings. And this is where you're going to find your values. If these values are empty, then Cherwell has not yet completed the work necessary on their end, and you'll want to follow up with Cherwell support. Once you have values populated here, and you'll see the values I have populated are just some generic values, you're going to want to copy and paste these into a format that you can use on the server where you're going to be installing the Trusted Agent service. So in this case, I'm just going to copy the shared key, and then we're going to go ahead and close this window. Now you're going to want to make sure that you have copied over the installation pack for your version of Cherwell, and that's where you're going to find the Trusted Agent server. Before we get to that step, I want to verify that you have IIS components enabled that are necessary in order to run the Trusted Agent service. If you've installed Trusted Agent already prior to enabling these components, you will need to uninstall Trusted Agent, enable the components, and then reinstall. So once you're in the Server Manager, you're going to go to Manage, Add Roles and Features, and we're just going to step through the process here and choose Defaults up until we get to Server Roles. And I'm going to scroll down here and just show you some of the components that you do need to make sure you have enabled. So under Web Server, you're going to want to make sure that you have common HTTP features for default document and static content. And then under security, we're going to expand that, and you're going to want to make sure you have request filtering, basic authentication, and Windows authentication. Under application development, you're going to want to have your .NET extensibility features selected, ASP.NET features selected, and ISAPI extensions and filters. Lastly here, you're going to want to go to Management Tools and make sure that you have the IIS Management Console, IIS 6 Management Compatibility with the IIS 6 Metabase Compatibility selected, IIS Management Scripts and Tools, and Management Service. Once you've selected all of these items, you're going to go ahead and click Next, and then if you've made changes, you'll be able to go ahead and click Install. When that process completes, then you're ready to go ahead and install the Trusted Agent server. So now we're going to go into our Cherwell disk image, expand that, and we're going to go into the Utilities folder and select Trusted Agent Server. Double click on it, and this is going to launch your Install Shield wizard, and we're just going to step through the installation process. We're going to click Next, accept terms in the license agreement, and click Next, Next, and Install. And this is just going to take a few moments, generally not too long, and we're going to click Finish. And now we have installed the Trusted Agent server. The next step is going to be configuring it. So I'm going to go ahead and minimize this window. And what you want to go into now is going to be the Cherwell Server Manager. In my instance, it automatically appears on the desktop, but if it doesn't for you, you can just do a search in your system for Server Manager, and the one you're going to want to select looks just like this icon here with the pencil. So I'm going to go ahead and open that, And from the drop-down menu, I'm going to choose Trusted Agent Server. Now, just to note, you're going to see a number of options in my drop-down menu. That's because I'm actually doing this from a server that has Cherwell server running on it. That's not a requirement for the server you may be installing this on. You just want to make sure that you are installing the Trusted Agent service on the same machine and the same network as your private resources. So here I'm going to go ahead and select Trusted Agent Server, and I'm going to click Configure. Now this is where we're going to enter some information regarding your environment. So display name here, I'm just going to enter company name. It's going to be whatever your organization's name is here. And then under Hub Connection, this is where you're going to input those values that you found in the admin tool. So for the URL, I'm going to go ahead and just type that in. And I'm going to go ahead and paste the shared key. When you're entering this with valid information that you've received from Cherwell, you're going to want to test these hub settings and just validate that everything is working as expected. Next, you want to choose your connection. So click on the ellipsis and choose the name of your connection. And then you want to enter your login information. And this login information is going to be for the service account that is actually running Cherwell in your environment or running the different services. So here I'm just going to use CSD admin. And I'm going to test those credentials. And you'll get a connection test was successful. We're going to leave the advanced settings as the default and click OK. After we've entered all of our configuration information, we're just going to click Start Server and wait for the system to update. All right, so initially it did show server is not running, and then it went ahead and updated, and now we see that the server is running. So once you've got this configured and running, now you want to go back into your admin tool, and anywhere that you are accessing information on your private network, you're going to want to go back in and edit those settings to use the Trusted Agent. So you might do this in a blueprint for your AD information. Or, for example, you could do this in your email settings. So if I were to go into my email account and just use the Cherwell placeholder and click Edit, now that I'm running Trusted Agent, I can go down here, select the Trusted Agent, and then tell it to use the Trusted Agent. And this is only necessary if you're running your email through the private network. Same thing for AD, any other external connections that you might be using. The final step in order to make sure everything is working as expected is you will need to contact Cherwell support to have IIS restarted for your hosted system. If you're intending to use Trusted Agent for scheduling and you're running a system that is above 9.2, then you'll want to ask Cherwell to verify that the scheduling config is set up to work with Trusted Agent. They may need to refresh some files or make sure they have the correct files set up. If you run into any problems after that where you're still having issues, just reach out to Cherwell support and have them validate that that config file is set up accurately. And that's all for installation of Trusted Agent. Please feel free to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and check out our other videos. For more information about Beyond 20, please visit us at beyond20.com.